Hey guys, it's Tiffany and I'm here to do Free Tarot Friday. I'm using the Star Tarot deck. Look, the Ten of Cups came out. And we're going to go through every sign, Aries all the way through Pisces, to get you a special reading for the weekend. Of course, this is entertainment only. It should be fun, but it's always nice to just look at the cards and bring some tarot into your life, into your weekend, and see what fits. You know, if it doesn't resonate, no problem, let it go. Sometimes we know what we want by hearing what we don't want, right? So let's clear the deck and get started here. If you're new to Wise Skies, you can visit us at wiseskiescollective.com. We offer one-on-one services and sessions in human design, astrology, Akashic records, psychic work, deep dive into whatever problem you're running up against and would like some extra insight on. I have a master's in health psychology. My background is in helping people with their human potential, right? And so that's what we want to help you with at Wise Skies. We also have a really cool membership. It's $22 a month. Our March teacher is Adrienne Nikki Cobb, and our April teacher is Celeste Brooks. So bringing you some of my favorite people in the industry and a whole bunch of other bullet point benefits for you. So let's clear the deck here, see what we have in store for Aries for the weekend. Okay, pulled two cards at the same time. We got an Eight of Swords reverse and a Four of Wands. Look at that beautiful Four of Wands. So to me, Aries, it's like something's not going as fast as you want it to. In fact, you might be feeling slowed down or reversed in time. And what you really, really want is that stability, that happiness. This is the happiness after marriage type of a card, that sense of fulfillment and stability in the old decks, I should say. The Four of Wands, this is a place where you have respite. And so if you can take this advice, Aries, and slow down, unwind, unplug, be still, find some respite, it's going to be okay. You know, I feel like maybe you got too wrapped up in a situation, you overthought something, or you charged forward, or there's something that just feels out of balance, and it's like unwind, slow down, come home, right? So there's your message for Aries. Let's clear the deck now for our Taurus friends. What is it that our Taurus needs to hear? Just clearing for Taurus. Some fun information for the weekend ahead that helps them connect the cosmic dots. Ooh, we pulled the Nine of Pentacles. Look at that black, like, is it a tiger? Yeah, beautiful. So Nine of Pentacles, somebody who is being self-sufficient. Also the Four of Wands. And so a double message here for some respite, for finding some peace and stability, connecting in nature, unplugging, not having to do everything, right? This is when you can rest assured, right? This is when you can just enjoy a positive moment. You know, what goes up must come down, what goes down must come up. But right now, everything's okay. You know, there's nothing really to worry about. There's nothing really to work on. There's nothing to do or undo. It's like you can just ride into a beautiful weekend knowing that all is well in your kingdom, right? So if you have a special question and that doesn't address it, guys, feel free to reach out directly, because that's a beautiful, beautiful two-card pull to get. So maybe it's good to rest. Maybe it's good to remember things are good right now. Let's clear the deck for Gemini and see what our Gemini friends need to hear for the weekend ahead. Any Geminis listening? All right, we get an Eight of Pentacles and a Seven of Wands. And to me, this can feel like you're doing all the work by yourself, that you don't have enough support, or the people that you're working with or that are in your household, that they're just not quite getting you what you need so that you can take the time off and rest. And so this can feel somewhat lonely, somewhat heavy. And so, you know, if it were me, I would say, screw it. I would say, you guys are on your own. I need some space to rest, right? This is when hard work and leadership come into play. And so in some ways it's like, well, if you want to be at the top, you want to be the CEO, you got to work hard. Like, I'm just done with that mentality, right? It's like, what are you bargaining? Is it your time and your health and your connection and your relationship? Like, no. Is it worth it? I mean, that's what I'll just ask you. Is it worth it? Maybe it is. Maybe sometimes it is. But this looks like hard work where you're feeling not quite supported, right? So taking a look at those themes for our Geminis. What does it mean? Does it matter? All the questions we like to ask. All right, after Gemini comes Cancer. So let's clear for our Cancers. What do our Cancers need to hear? Okay, the Hanged One of my favorite ones to get because it's so clear next to the Three of Cups. curious, very mysterious. So some double meanings going on. The Hanged One, this is where we need to change our perspective, pause and do nothing. There's no action that needs to be taken, right? So you can also rest a little bit. You can also put your heart over your head. You can hang your head off of your bed and let the heart rise. You could do some postures like this, headstand, handstand, get a different perspective. But the main thing is really not doing anything. You know, there's no action that needs to be taken. This is about being and not doing, Cancer. Now, a second message here with the Three of Cups, that this can be three's company. This can be a crowded house. This can be too many people involved. This can be drunken festivals, right? This can be blurring the lines and no boundaries. And this can be really fun, and it can be really uncomfortable. It can be triangulation, right? So being careful, being aware, staying aware is another way to look at this. What's in your awareness? What's coming to you to respond to? Is there anything to respond to? This is about doing nothing, being aware, and watching where it feels like three's a crowd, or there's too much energy going on in one relationship, right? You don't need a whole lot of feedback. You have clarity. You just need to pause and slow down. All right, let's clear for our Leos. What do our Leos need to hear for the weekend ahead? Okay. Ace of Swords, clarity. 7, the Chariot, going forward, momentum. This is maybe buying a new car. This could be getting on a boat. This could be taking off. This could be fleeing, getting a moment of clarity where you're ready to move forward in support and collaboration. Leo, this isn't about doing it alone. This isn't about your way. This is about collaboration, working with each other, feeling that sense of partnership, right? A horse is not going to go if you can't make a horse go, right? Like you have to have that relationship, that leadership, that I don't know how else to say it. You got to, two people have to want the same thing to go forward here. This can indicate a move. It can indicate travel, and it can indicate honesty, personal honesty. What is it that you want to be free from so that you can be free to move forward, right? This is about all the places you'll go if you're just honest with yourself. All right, after Leo comes Virgo. What is it that our Virgos need to hear? Just clearing the deck for Virgos. Okay. Prince of Swords next to a star card. So, all right, Prince of Swords, right? Being on a mission, feeling like you're on a quest, Virgo. So what quest are you on? What are you learning? What are you interested in? What are you getting into? What do you want to know more about? The star is yourself, right? So like knowing more about yourself, knowing how you can help, knowing how you can be a helper, looking for the helpers, being inspired by, admiring the helpers. This could be a weekend where volunteering could be really, really powerful for you. It could connect you and network you with some people that help you shine your light, that help you illuminate what you're here to do. In this card, it doesn't show it as much. Usually there's two pictures and it shows that she is a helper. She's holding life-giving resources. And so I would also say, Virgos, where can you be resourceful, right? You don't have to necessarily get the brand new everything. Where can you be more resourceful? And this could be just a moment this weekend that occurs to you, or it could be like a longer play. It could be like something out there that could be really helpful for you. Where could you be more resourceful? A couple different themes for you to play with, but a really good reading, which I'm so grateful for because the Virgos have had a rough couple readings lately. All right, let's clear the deck for our Libras. What is it that our Libras need to hear for the month ahead, or excuse me, the weekend ahead? The Knight of Pentacles is what fell out. So we're just going to get a follow-up card for our Libra read here, and the Two of Cups. Nice, falling in love. This could be a caution against material things, like being materialistic, but it can also just be a really positive, healthy relationship that is grounding you, that's helping you feel secure, that's helping you feel like, man, somebody's got my back. If you want a good partner, be a good partner, right? So this isn't just about receiving, but it's also about giving. It's also not just about giving, it's also about receiving. So this is a place where you don't have to overgive, where you know what healthy partnership looks like, something that helps you feel like really rooted and special and respected, of course. This could be a message to love your finances too, because how you treat money is also how you get treated in relationship. I have a whole spiel about that. I'd be happy to talk to you about. If you're noticing some themes or patterns in your finances, you can also notice them in your relationships. It's a total mind trip the first time you do it, then it makes a lot of sense. So when you clean up your money, when you get it organized, it helps every area of your life, right? And the Two of Cups is a very Venusian card, Venus relating to our worth, our net worth, and our self-worth. All right, so clearing after Libra for Scorpio. What is it that our Scorpio friends need to hear for the weekend ahead? All right, 2 cards, 4 of Cups, 3 of Cups. All right, interesting here. So this can be some grief, sorrow, sadness, things feeling like a little bit left out. This card of triangulation, this card of too many people in a relationship, too many things going on. Feels very chaotic, right? Feels like the festival and that party. It looks good on the outside, feels crazy in the hangover period, right? And so just being careful to not give yourself an emotional hangover. That's what it feels like. So Scorpios out there, if you're on your bad behavior, it feels like it's going to bite you come this weekend. So just be on your best behavior. Notice where you feel in unhealthy relationship and notice where you feel in healthy relationship. Use the contrast, not as a comparison, but just use the contrast so that you can overcome some grief and heal some of these issues around triangulation. Don't let yourself go there. Just don't get involved in it. Just stay on your own mat. If somebody's coming at you with gossip, you don't have time for that. You don't want to hear it. You bless them. You wish them well. You go drink a big, huge cup of water, hydrate, sit down, close your eyes, breathe in and out, and let it go. Think a new thought. Choose something else to worry about, because this is notice what drains you. Notice what drains you and notice what lifts you up. Where are the green lights coming in your life, and focus on that. All right. I made it positive because I'm a Scorpio and I wanted it to be positive. If you're going through a lot of grief, my heart goes out to you. All right, let's clear the deck for Sagittarius. What do our Sagittarius friends need to hear for the weekend ahead? Cool, 2 cards fell out. We'll go with it. We got the World card, right? Then the Princess of Pentacles. All right, so Sagittarius, something that you wanted to spend big on, right? This is big spending. This can also be something coming full circle, something coming to closure, completion, full moon, illuminating something. That's like an optical illusion. Sagittarius, this is the last card in the major arcana. So this is something that you've been on a fool's journey and you're just kind of done with. This is when you're ready to give back. This is when you're ready to be a big brother. This is when you're ready to be the Eagle Scout that gives back to the Cub Scouts. This is when you're the sponsor in the programs of sobriety and recovery. This is when you've been there and you can help somebody else. Now, in what? Financial recovery, problems with gambling, problems with overspending. This is a sense of responsibility and this is a sense of worth, right? So where is your net worth connected to your self-worth? What have you overcome? Where have you done well, and what can you celebrate, and how can you share that knowledge with others, right? Or do you need to get a big brother? Do you need to get a financial recovery sponsor? Do you need to work with your finances in a way that makes your world better? Right? There's lots of ways we could interpret these 2 little cards, and it's really difficult when I don't have a sense of who's listening, right? So hopefully this makes sense to some of you. And if you want to go deeper, of course, booking a one-on-one session is most welcome. We would love to work with you guys. And you can book with us at wiseskiescollective.com. All right, let's clear now for our Capricorns. What do our Capricorns need to hear for the weekend ahead? A little advice or guidance, something that helps them feel cosmically connected. We get the 9 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, right? This very fertile, virile card of creativity. This is a time, Capricorn, when you might overdo it, and that's okay. Maybe you have a night where you stay up all night long being creative. Maybe you have a yoga class that goes 2 hours. Like, this is hard, creative work. Right? And let that be to your benefit. Let it be something that is fertile and beautiful and is creating. And it's okay to work hard sometimes, but it's almost like getting kind of lost or drunk in your art. You know what I mean? It's not that escapist feeling. It's that like, whew, that was a great session, man. We just practiced with the band, and how can it be the next day already? That type of a thing. Just going for it, but really with a purpose, really with creativity. Really, there's like something physical involved, and wear yourself out this weekend in a good way. All right. Let's go with Aquarius, and just checking in for our Aquarius friends. What is it that our Aquarius need to hear for the weekend ahead? All right, we get an 11, which is the Justice card, and a 2 of Cups. All right, so this is fairness in relationship. you probably don't get this if things are fair. You probably are getting this because something feels unfair, something feels unjust. You might want to be a whistleblower. You might want to call somebody out. You might be the one who's in an unbalanced relationship. You might be causing it or creating it. It might be happening to you from afar, but overall, this is like a better time. This is a healing time for you in relationships. If you're able to be aware of what feels imbalanced, balance it out, talk it through, get reciprocity, emotionally connect, heart to heart with somebody for 20 seconds, hold their hand, right? Get in there, I guess, be with them in order to balance the energy out, right? This can be very positive. So I like it. All right, Aquarius, who are you in love with, right? What's going on in your department? I'm curious. Being in love with yourself, of course, is where we all want to start. That's the name of the game. All right, let's clear for our Pisces friends. We got the Ace of Swords that fell out. Let's get a second card for clarity. All right, Pisces, I'm getting the vibe here. I'm getting the vibe that enough is enough, that there's something in your life that you've overdone, you've overthought, you've tried too hard. You know what I mean? The Temperance is about reeling it in and waiting to respond to life and relaxing and seeing what comes up on Spirit TV for you. This isn't about initiating and guiding and piercing forward and doing all the things. This is about relaxing and seeing what comes, being honest with yourself, and then relaxing and seeing what comes. This is a time when you don't need to overdo it. So this weekend, if you were going to go crazy, if you were going to party and overdrink and overeat, or if you were going to work really hard, or if you were going to sleep a whole lot, right? The thing is, there's moderation in all things. And there's something that I feel like you might not have been clear with yourself about, right? And so going slow, finding the middle road, right? Not letting, if the pendulum's swinging like crazy, where can you find the middle road? All right, this is clarity. It's coming to you. Don't worry. It just takes a little time. If you feel like you're on a merry-go-round, just watch it go until it stops. It's going to stop, and then you're going to be clear. Let's get a universal card for everybody in case none of that made sense, in case none of it resonated with you at all. Your sun, your moon, your rising, nothing. Let's see. This card is for you. Let's see. What is it that we all need to hear for the weekend ahead? A bit of practical advice or guidance from the cosmos. From the tarot, the Empress. I've been waiting to get this card, y'all. It is freaking equinox energy. This is Easter. This is fertility. This is gardening. If I could flip my camera around, I'd show you all my seedlings. I've got 4 trays that are sprouting, right? That Empress creative energy feels good and juicy and earthy and just very magical and very feminine and very goddess and very fire and teepees and glamping and just being under the stars, right? This is Empress energy. This is that new mother energy. So where can you plug into the new earth energy this weekend? Where do you want to be creative, and where do you want to hang out with something that feels very much associated with improving the earth? For me, I know that we have a seed exchange. My little community is so cute. One of my friends hosts the seed exchange a couple times a year at her house. We all bring seed packets and seeds and like seedlings, plant starters, also gardening materials or things that are hand-me-downs or old rusty pieces of things that we don't want, and we just swap stuff around and everybody leaves happy and it's interesting. If you're new to seed swapping, I recommend Bevan Cohen's book. I heard him speak at the Mother Earth Fair recently, and man, it was awesome. So saving seeds in your community that is informed by the earth that you live in, right? That is where that health starts, right? We can't just be growing stuff from different regions and different things. We want the earth that you live on to inform that seed, to give the genetic coding, that information to your body for ultimate health. And then we want to save that seed from that plant and give it to other people in your community. If you give your seeds from your plant in your yard to 12 people, and those 12 people give it to 12 people, right? Like now we're starting to do community food. It's interesting. You don't have to start like buy seeds every single year. You can save your own. That's the Empress energy. That's what I've been waiting for. That's what I get excited about. Also, one of my friends found a bee tree on her property. And so I'm going to go see that, right? The bee tree. And so there's this fun energy that is here and ripe and ready for us to work with. And I hope you all have a great weekend, no matter what your forecast was, whether it was to rest, whether it was to pause, whether it was to get creative and go for it. I hope that you have a beautiful weekend. Thanks for hanging out. I know that there's a lot of channels you could be on. Please like and subscribe. It helps our channel so much. And if you want extra support, wiseskiescollective.com. And namaste.